Unbonani guys, welcome back to yet another video. Guys, there's something I want to talk about that I don't really know exactly how to feel about it, but you guys will tell me. So there's a scene on Married at First Sight, the latest episode, where they're talking about the recommitment ceremony, right? And the people who are on the couch is Dee and Ukhudzo. And one of the experts asked about the game, that game that threw things like off track for Uti and Ukhudzo. So you could see the question that was like, I can't remember the question that was asked, but you could see that Uti was like, she was not comfortable in answering the question, or either she was over like talking around the game, that game and everything like that. So she said to Kuto, I think you can answer it. Then fine Kuto answers it. Tell me, Uti also says something. She said the problem was not the game itself, but like a game is no longer a game, you guys. A game is supposed to be fun. That's what she said. And then she says when a game is now bringing division, when it's bringing, all of those things that the game brought, then it's no longer a game. Like, and then she says, girls, stop asking silly questions. Now, if I'm being quite honest, you guys, I also kind of feel the same. I feel like that game, like I agree with what Boitshepo was saying, because Boitshepo was basically saying that maybe it's Married at First Sight, the production team is not the ones at fault. Remember, they're not the ones who wrote the questions. It is amongst them. Those questions are coming amongst them. So some people who are writing those questions, you guys, I feel like those questions, they are like the aim of those questions was not to build at all. The aim of those questions was to shake things up a bit. And I quite frankly don't like that. So I've said it before that I don't like that game. And there were some people who came out and said it was just a game. But I'm like, you don't know where people are in their relationships for you to play like that, especially if it's anonymous. I have a feeling that that question that was asked was actually that question that was asked towards Ukhudzo was actually written by Ukhumo. I don't know. I don't see Uzitobile writing such a question because Uzitobile, she doesn't seem like she's that nosy and that like she doesn't seem like that. I don't see Boitshepo writing that about herself because she was also put in an awkward position. Dee obviously would not have never did that to herself. The only person that could have possibly wrote such a funny question is Ukhumo, considering the fact that her husband asked a follow-up question, which is who would you smash? Who would you marry? Who would you kiss or something like that? I don't know. I feel like the spicy questions that just don't make sense was coming from that couple, Ukhumo and Utabang, because they are the only ones I feel like are capable of that. But anyway, I'm not them. Tell me why when Dee was answering her question that she was asked by the experts, why Boitshepo felt the need to jump in and comment. I just felt a bit offish about that. Maybe the experts did ask her. I don't think they did, but she felt the need to jump in, maybe because she was involved. She then answered and said something about, well, Dee, you were the one who kept saying that we must just answer the questions. And when we played a game, you wanted us to play a game. And when the truth of the game came out, you could not handle it. I'm like, but to Boitshepo, like, I feel like Boitshepo and Dee's beef, them two themselves, they don't know where it's coming from. Because I feel like these two did not like one another before this game night in Dondon. But I just felt like, why did Boitshepo feel the urge and the need to actually say something? Even that thing of now when it's dished over to you, you can't handle it just because your man chose someone else. Ay, Bobo Gally. I feel like Boitshepo was indirectly saying, because remember Uti, when she answered the question, she said, my problem was not with Ukhudzo himself. My problem is with the game. But the way Boitshepo is responding, Boitshepo's like, no, girl, your problem is not with the game. Your problem is the fact that you are bitter over the fact that your man chose someone else. And that someone else that he chose happens to be me, and you just don't get along with me. And I'm like, I felt like that's what Boitshepo was saying because, like, why would you mention the comments of, um, you just couldn't handle the truth because your man chose someone else. And I don't know, it did give those vibes, even though Yena Uti was saying she was not mad at that. She was mad at the fact that Ukuto threw her underneath the bus by saying the comments of Dee's just insecure or she's not secure in our relationship. That's what Dee said. That's what it looked like. Or that's what she said. She was mad over that. But to us, I feel like she was low-key mad that Kutso actually answered that question and chose Boitshepo. And on top of that, Boitshepo answered the follow-up question and chose Ukutso. I really do feel like she's mad at that. And then on top of that, Uti said something that the person who asked that question is just giving mean girl vibes. I don't know about mean girl vibes. I know if it really was Ukumu, Kumu does give mean girl vibes. But I do think the person who was actually asking that question did not have good intentions, you guys. I honestly don't see by that. As I'm saying that, like, I just feel like the person was being spiteful in a sense. So Boitshepo then says, for you to paint a person and call the person who asked this question mean, like don't paint people with a brush like that. I'm like, calm down, Boitshepo. Like, Dee is answering according to she's answering according to how she feels and she's entitled to her own opinion and the experts on asked her. So why is Boitshepo like feeling all in a she's all in a emotion saying calling people mean and whatnot, and yet the person who might be the instigator of all of this, Ukumu, is just sitting there and smiling. But Boitshepo's taking like offense for the fact that Udi called the person who wrote that comment mean. I'm like, Boitshepo, you just need to chill. Chill, relax. And you know what I liked? I liked the fact that uh Dee didn't respond. She just kept quiet. She didn't respond, and I think that is good. She just rolled her eyes because I do personally, I love Boitshepo, you guys, but I felt like she was kind of being a bit forward there. She was not the one asked the question. When it was her time, maybe to sit on the couch and comment on certain things, maybe she could have mentioned it, but I just felt like she was being a bit forward, and I feel like Vele Vele because she doesn't like Uti or they don't like one another. That's why she felt the need to answer that. If anything, I thought the two people who wouldn't get along on this is Ukumo and Boitshepo. But it looks like Boitshepo, I don't know, because I remember Boitshepo did not like the fact that Ukumo was lying. So I thought Boitshepo would not get along with Ukumo or come or out Ukumo, because one person that needs to be outed for is Ukumo for the lies she told and just the way she's been behaving towards other people. So Boitshepo, she didn't have, I don't want to say she didn't have the courage. She felt the need that she was not going to answer Ukuma the last time when Kuma was showing her attitude around Kumo saying Uti the show was inconsiderate. She kept quiet, but now for Uti Shuansu, I don't know, guys. That's why I'm saying I'm feeling somehow about it because these are my girls. I love both Uti and Boitshepo, but I just don't like. I just feel like sometimes Boitshepo's a bit too forward. Even there was a time where Ukumo said something where Ukumo's like saying something to Utabang. And then Boitshepo was like, yo. And then Ukumo was just like, I win type of thing, like to hush her away. I don't know, maybe she is being swallowed in the fact that others have bigger problems than her. So, she's amazed at other people's drama. But I'm just like, I feel like it's not coming off in a good light. It is really not coming off in a good light. I don't know, guys. Tell me if you picking up the same thing about Boitshepo, that when it comes to people's matters, maybe she's a bit too forward. Maybe if you are being asked, like the way U17 was asked about his input towards Utami, then he spoke. But if you're not being asked, like, why? Do you get what I'm trying to say, you guys? Anyway, tell me if you're seeing the same things I'm seeing. What's your sentiments around that? Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge. And I'll see you guys on the next one.